Welcome back, folks. Just got a visual comparison that I'm doing between the Medeli SP-A500. This is the new keyboard that came out from Medeli about a year or two ago, and I've got the older SP4200 sitting behind it. And I just thought I'd do a little internal comparison so you can see the difference between the keyboard mechanisms on these two keyboards. If I turn, I've already taken all the screws out of this one, but if I turn it over, you can see that there is quite a size difference between the two keyboards, and which is why this new SP-A500 is so good, because it's that much more compact, extremely light as well, just very easy to pick up and transport. So is the SP4200, but as you can see, it's there is a bit of a size difference between the two. So I'm just going to turn this back over, and just got to remove the screws from this keyboard here. I've actually sort of made a little bit of a mistake because I've turned this over already, and of course forgetting that there is this lever here for actually adjusting the pitch, the pitch bend and adding vibrato to the notes that you play. So I've actually obviously knocked that, so I'm going to have to try and get that back into place. So I think a good idea would be probably just to grab a soft pillow or cushion or something just to rest that on when actually taking the screws out, so it's not going to put too much pressure on that joystick there. So I'll do that. In fact, I'm actually going to turn it over this way. And that's just protecting the, or that's just keeping this joystick here off the surface, so it's not putting pressure on it. Okay, I've already taken out a couple of screws just on the side, but I'm just going to take out the rest of these screws. I'm guessing these ones are going to have to come out. Well, actually, it might be just these ones in here, these recessed screws and the ones around the edge, but we'll soon find out, because these ones might just be for the actual internal keyboard part of the keyboard. So we'll just see anyway. So I'll just get these screws taken out, and then we'll see if we can get this apart. And much like the SP4200, there are some smaller screws along the front here. Okay, they're a different size screw to the other ones that are going around the outside, so I'll just put those in a separate pile. Okay, so those ones have been taken out from the front there. I'm also going to take these recessed screws out, which I'm probably going to have to just loosen initially. Because I'm not using a magnetic screwdriver this time. I can't just lift the screws out with the screwdriver, so I'm going to have to actually turn the keyboard over to drop the screws out. And there we go. So there's all the screws, and it does feel like that's all the screws that need to be taken out. So these ones here are obviously holding the internal part of the keyboard in place. We don't need to take those out. It's just the ones around the outside and these four recessed screws here. So I'm now going to lift the cover off, just have a look inside, and I'll just move that out of the way for now. Okay. Well, it's similar to the SP4200 by looks, just the way it's everything's connected up. I'm just going to look at this joystick here, which I think has just moved a bit. Yeah, that's all right now. I've just pushed it back into place. So I was a bit lucky there. So that's obviously something to be careful about. You don't want to be putting this on a hard surface and turning it upside down, because you are going to damage that. So that's okay. So we've just got our two ribbon cables linking the main board to the keyboard mechanism here. Obviously got our stereo speakers, headphone jack there, So it's pretty straightforward. I was really just wanting to have a look at the keyboard side of it. Okay, just to see, this has got graded hammer action on this keyboard, as opposed to the SP4200, which is just your normal weighted hammer action. It's not graded, as in it's not graded to be heavier down in the bass compared to the treble or the right hand side. It doesn't actually have that, what do you say, piano feel that you would get on an acoustic piano. It's just purely a weighted keyboard action on the SP4200. So that makes this keyboard a little bit of an upgrade from that point of view. I'm just curious as to how these keys have been held in place, because it doesn't look like they've been screwed down, which is a little bit different to how the SP4200 is set up. And I suspect that when removing these keys, they probably have to be popped out. A bit like on the Casio video I did previously, my last upload, I actually demonstrated how to remove the keys from the Casio keyboard, and you actually have to squeeze these together, pinch them together to actually remove each key. Now I think that's probably going to be the case with these. I'm probably not going to fiddle with it at the moment because I don't really need to do anything with the keyboard. There's nothing that needs to be fixed in regards to that side of it, so I don't really want to play around with it if I don't have to. But I just wanted to have a look inside just to see how it compares. So I'll actually open the lid of the SP4200 just so we can sort of do a side-by-side comparison. So I'll just drop this one down there as well. The easiest thing to do might be just to drop that down temporarily. We can have a bit of a look here at the SP4200. As you can see, all of these are screwed down. I've actually had to put some tape. I've done quite a few repairs on this SP4200 keyboard here, and because I've taken the screws out so many times, I've actually got to the point where the screws don't firmly screw in as much as what they used to. So I've actually had to put some tape over the top just to add a bit more security to those keys, really just to stop them rattling, just in case anyway. Okay, these screws are all still okay. So that's just a visual comparison, just looking inside. As you can see, same sort of idea. We've got the two ribbon cables tying the main board to the keyboard circuit board there. Your speakers are actually housed in these internal plastic moldings there, and actually the speakers on the SP4200 are far superior. They're actually, there's a lot more bass, a lot more dynamic sound to the speakers on the SP4200. So that's the only thing with this, is that the speakers do not sound as good on the newer keyboard here, on the newer SP-A500, as they do on this one. But you know, that's obviously a size thing as well, because there's more space obviously within the housing on the SP4200, so therefore there's more obviously more space for each speaker to sit in, which then gives it a much better sound. And that's just obviously a bit of a compromise with having a slightly smaller keyboard. So there you go, there's the visual difference between the two. Yeah, that's about it really. I don't think there's anything more I really want to say about that. I haven't done a proper review on this A500 at this stage. I've had it for about, well, over 6 months now, and I've been using it on and off, and it's been good. It's a good little keyboard. It's really portable. That's what I like about it. It's just so easy to pick up and put on a stand and take from place to place. It's just a very portable keyboard, which is what I like about it. I don't really use much in the way of the features on the keyboard. I just basically have it for piano. I'm not really too interested in the other sounds. The other sounds are okay, but pretty much the piano is the reason I got this, just for using it for that, and the fact that you can actually store the settings on one-touch buttons, which is not always a feature that's available on stage pianos for some reason. I don't know why. So that's really it. But if you've got any comments about that, feel free to post those, or any other questions you might have about the two keyboards. Yeah, that's about it really. So thanks for checking out this video, folks. I guess the next video might be a video demonstration of a song or something like that, but we'll see you in the next one, and take care for now, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.